No introduction, I come in with a halo because you know that I'm a king. It's the finest gent in the south, and you know what it is. And this is Life on Lens, a new series that I am introducing to you guys, whereby I will be reviewing tech and gadgets. Now, without wasting any further time, let us begin. And today's device that we are reviewing is the Samsung Galaxy A04e. Now, this is the phone that pretty much started this channel and my journey into content creation and the content creator I am now. Let us not waste any further time and let's get on to the specs of the phone. Now, the Samsung Galaxy A04e is a 6.5-inch display with a 720 by 1600 pixels. That is the resolution of it. Moving on to the storage, with the RAM, you can choose 3 or 4 gigs of RAM. The storage, you can choose of up to 32, 64, and 128 gigs of storage, which is expandable of up to 1 terabyte via micro SD. And then the cameras. It has a dual camera setup with a 5 megapixel depth sensor, a 2 megapixel depth sensor, a 13 megapixel main, and a 5 megapixel front facing camera, or the selfie camera as you might say. It has a processor which is a MediaTek Helio G35. That is a common budget chipset in these budget devices. With the battery, you have a massive 5000 milliamp hour battery with no fast charging and no wireless charging supported in this device. You just only get 10 watts of charging. Moving on to the software, you have an Android 12 and Samsung's One UI 4.1. Looking at the specs that I have just mentioned to you guys, do you think it is enough for 2025? I mean, let's break down the phone even further. So, what is great about the Samsung Galaxy A04e? With a 5000 milliamp hour battery, this phone can last you of up to a full day of use. However, the drawbacks is the phone, even though it has a 5000 milliamp hour battery, it depends on how you use it. So if you use the phone for extreme gaming and also a full day of streaming, video streaming, and active listening to music, you will get of up to half a day of usage. But the battery here is pretty much fair. And to charge it back up again, it will take you of about 3 hours of charging, because it has no fast charging, it has no wireless support, and it just has only 10 watts of charging. Moving on to the expandable storage, which is the 1 terabyte SD card that you can put in. I mean, that is really great, because who gets expandable storage nowadays? I mean, Samsung, I'm not even going to mention iPhone, because Samsung, Oppo, and all those other devices have ditched the extra expandable storage and have just gone straight with the bandwagon of Apple and much bigger flagship phones. Moving on to Samsung's or Android software. The Samsung One UI 4.1 is a great software system to use for the phone, just to get familiar with it, because the user face is very eco-friendly. The user friendly is very easy to figure out. So this phone is just a great phone to begin with, or a budget device that you can use for everyday use to receive calls and all of that. And also, not to mention the price. Now, the price is 1,800 rands in the used market, because I do not think you can still get this device new, which is roughly 100 United States dollars when you convert it to dollars. Now, it is pretty affordable for the basic South African and today's economy. I mean, yeah, Ramaphosa's economy is not looking great, bruv. Now, while the A04e is a great device and it is pretty much affordable, it is not all sunshine and rainbows. Let us look at a few drawbacks of this device. While the 720 pixel resolution is up to par, it is not that great. It is slow, it is choppy, and it is lagging in a way. Moving on to the Helio G35, that chipset, it struggles when you deal with heavy gaming like PUBG or Call of Duty Mobile. Although you can try with other games, but those games that need heavy graphics, this phone just does not cut the chase. Moving on to the slow charging. the 10 watt of charging just really makes this phone look extra bad, because you do not get fast charging whatsoever. Now this phone takes a long time to charge up, like 3 hours. 3 hours. That is not gonna work in today's day and age. Now moving on to the camera quality, the 13 megapixel main camera and the 2 megapixel depth sensor, it needs a lot of natural light to be able to get that crisp, clear picture or that crisp, clear video. It does not support up to 4K, so even the viewing back to the resolution of the phone, it does not view 4K while you're streaming or anything like that, because once you switch to 4K, it becomes a bit laggy and it shows in the image quality. Moving on to the fingerprint sensor, it does not have a fingerprint sensor, but however, it does have facial recognition, which is a plus on the phone. And also another drawback, it does not have RFID, so you cannot load your Samsung or app, your Samsung Pay, to pay wirelessly with your phone. Now moving on to the question that many of you might ask, so who is this phone for? Now this phone is for first-time smartphone users, anyone who is looking to get a secondary phone to take calls, quick note-taking, WhatsApp, text your friends, and just basic simple tasks to do with a cell phone, because you cannot really use this phone for heavy gaming, for extreme multitasking, because the Helio G35 chipset is very slow and it cannot handle multiple multitasking. It is for anyone looking for a reliable device to use for every day, and also budget conscious buyers, people who cannot afford a flagship model of a phone, which is like your Samsung Galaxy S23, S24 Ultra, and now the S25 Ultra, or your Oppo flagship phones. I really need to get into the other brands, but so far you can have this phone for multiple everyday use. Yeah. So to sum it up, the Samsung Galaxy A04e is a great device with its 5000 milliamp hour battery, a massive 5000 milliamp hour battery that it has, with the software support that you get from Samsung's One UI Core. I mean, this is a great phone, but holding up to its competitors, it does not have the greatest chipset, it does not have fingerprint sensor, and if you are a photo or a video enthusiast, this phone is simply not for you. If you are a gamer as well, or an entry-level gamer, still this phone is not for you. It is just for someone who is looking for a quick phone that they can receive texts, receive calls, browse social media, but not heavily into social media. This phone is for you. Like basically our parents, when you call them, you get them. When you text them, you can get them. But this phone is not for heavy users. It is not for multitasking use. It is just a phone that you can have that is a secondary phone, and you can use it for everyday miscellaneous stuff. Yeah, this phone is great at its budget. I mean, I would recommend this phone against its predecessors. With all that being said, I would like to thank you guys for tuning into this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment under this video. So let me know, which phone would you like to see me review in the next video. Until then, stay tech savvy, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.